if you have histamine intolerance, your concern should not be histamine level or histamine content of foods. It should be what's triggering the mast cells, because the mast cells in your body are the ones secreting all the histamine in your body. So it's not about external sources of histamine. It's about what is in my environment, my diet, my stress, my behaviors that are triggering my immune system to be able to secrete these inflammatory molecules. These can even be emotions. These could be, stress. These could be hot, cold. It could be perceptions of danger, related to different things. It could be smelling chemicals and believing you're threatened. It could be mold. It could be food sensitivities. It could be so many things, right? But that's the point I want to get to about histamine intolerance is that, hey, it's not about just eliminating the histamine in the diet and going, okay, well, why isn't this working? It's much more complex than that. When you have food that's not being broken down, you have environmental issues, you have stress components, you have so many factors that target or affect the mast cells. So I'm going to give you a real quick breakdown. First, your foods. If you're eating gluten, dairy, nuts, seeds, processed foods, too much meat, then guess what's going to happen? Your mast cells are going to be triggered. They're going to secrete histamine. They secrete histamine. Guess what? Symptoms, right? Then next thing, mycotoxin sensitivity. If you've ever been in a house that's been moldy, then you're probably carrying these antibodies with you to your future houses, and you think it's not there, but most of the time, mycotoxins are present in almost 80% of the homes in the US, so you have a very low probability you're not being triggered again. So that's another option you want to look into, and I help people investigate through certain blood tests and whatnot as to what if this is really happening to them or not. And then the last thing is obviously your stress, your emotions, the events in your life that trigger you, that remind you of past traumas, things that are unresolved. All these things affect the mast cells, which then secrete histamine out. These are the real causes of histamine intolerance. They're not the amount of histamine in your food. It's not SIBO. It's not these bacterial infections. It's not parasites. It's not candida. It's much more complex than that. This is what I do. I help people get over this, and I help them take a comprehensive approach where we look at all the things they're doing and how it's triggering the mast cells and how it's affecting their symptoms. Then we help them make behavioral changes, find the right supplements, and overcome this once and for all. Go to my website, EndSickness.org, if you want to learn more information about me and my background, my history, and I got hundreds of articles and videos on there. Take a look when you can. Thanks for watching, everybody.